passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
Welcome back to this week's episode of Inside the Glass. Thanks so much to Isaac Berkey, voice of the Omaha Lancers, for joining us on this week's show. And now it is time to take a look around your Phantoms family, starting in the NCAA Division I. Here is Matt Lipsack.
Thank you very much, Sean. All right, it's still tournament time. Regular season play has concluded now in every conference. Big Ten finally wrapping up their regular season this past weekend as they prepare for their tournament up at Joe Louis Arena. All right, we're going to start in Atlantic hockey with the Air Force Academy and Kyle Mackey, the junior defenseman. Air Force is the number 2 seed in Atlantic hockey. They swept Bentley in the quarterfinals. They're going to play Army in the semifinals. Now up to Boston College. Boston College is the number 3 seed in the Hockey East tournament. They swept Vermont in the quarterfinals. They're going to be taking on Boston University in the semifinals. A trio of Phantoms on that Boston College team. Senior Austin Cangelosi actually leads the Golden Eagles in scoring. Had a goal in Game 1 against Vermont, 2 goals and an assist in Game 2. Defenseman Luke McKinnis had a goal and 3 assists in Game 1. Connor Moore had an assist in Game 1 and his first career NCAA goal in Game 2. So congratulations, Connor. Bowling Green, a quartet of Phantoms are on that Bowling Green team. They were the number 4 seed in the WCHA tournament. They upset number 1 Bemidji State in the semifinals, and they're going to play Michigan Tech for the WCHA championship on Saturday. So congratulations to this quartet of Phantoms: Ryan Bednard, Lucas Craggs, and Connor McDonald, and Tyler Spezia. Tyler had an assist in both games, Game 1 and Game 2 against Bemidji State on the 10th and the 11th. Out west to Denver. Denver is going to be the number 1 seed in the NCHC tournament. They swept Colorado College in the quarterfinals, and they're going to play North Dakota in the semifinals. Forward Kevin Conley, former Phantom, is a freshman on that team, has 3 goals and 4 assists in 27 games this year. Up north to the shores of Lake Erie, Mercyhurst College was the number 7 seed in the Atlantic Hockey Tournament. They were eliminated by Army in the quarterfinals. Their season is over. Former Phantom Taylor Best had an assist in Game 2 against Army. Part of me wonders if there was maybe an injury to the starting goaltender for Mercyhurst, because Colin DeAugustine got time in all 3 games, actually had a no decision against Army in Game 1. 1 goal against and 7 saves. Got the win in Game 2, 2 goals against and 38 saves. But took the loss, unfortunately, in Game 3, 4 goals allowed and 30 saves for Colin. Wraps up his freshman season with a 6-8-2 record, a 3.12 goals against average, and a .913 save percentage. Those last 2 numbers very respectable for a college freshman. Out to the far side of the state, where Miami University was the number 7 seed in the NCHC tournament. They were swept by number 2 Minnesota Duluth in the quarterfinals. Their season is over. Trio of former Phantoms on that team: Connor Lemerond, Josh Melnick, and Kiefer Sherwood. Kiefer had a goal and an assist in Game 2, and don't know if you were following along on Twitter, but it was reported by several outlets, including ESPN's John Butchergross, that Kiefer is going to come back for his junior season. Was getting sniffs from a couple of different teams, including the Vegas Golden Knights and the Washington Capitals, but Kiefer has decided to come back to Oxford for his junior season. Now up north to Minnesota, where Tyler Sheehy led that Golden Gopher team in scoring. Minnesota is going to be the number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament. They're going to play the winner of Penn State and Michigan in the semifinals. Tyler was also named today, on Wednesday, a top 10 finalist for the Hobie Baker Award. So congratulations, Tyler. Now to Indiana, where Notre Dame is the number 4 seed in the Hockey East tournament. They swept Providence in the quarterfinals, and they're going to face UMass Lowell in the semis. Cam Morrison, a forward for that Notre Dame team, had an assist in Game 1 and a goal and an assist in Game 2 in his freshman season. Cam has 9 goals and 11 assists in 36 games. Now back up to Boston, where Ryan Shea was a defenseman for the Northeastern Huskies. Northeastern was the number 8 seed in the Hockey East tournament. They were eliminated by Boston University in the quarterfinals. Their season's over. Ryan had an assist in Game 2. Down to the state capital of Ohio, where Ohio State is going to be the number 3 seed in the Big Ten tournament. They're going to take on number 6 Michigan State. Quite a few former Phantoms, on that Buckeye team. Matt Miller and Tommy Perrin, defenseman, forward Luke Stork, and goaltender Sean Romeo, who of course is ineligible after transferring from Maine at the beginning of this season. Out to State College, where Penn State's going to be the number 4 seed in the Big Ten tournament. They're going to take on Michigan in the quarterfinals. Pair of former Phantoms on that team, forward Brett Murray and defenseman Chris Mallory. Mallory had a goal against Michigan as the Nittany Lions wrapped up their regular season this past weekend. Out to New Jersey, where the Princeton Tigers were the number 7 seed in the ECAC tournament. They were swept out of that tournament by the 2nd seed Union, and their season is over. Defenseman Tommy Davis wrapping up his collegiate career for the Tigers. Final statistics for Tommy: 97 games played, 6 goals and 15 assists for 21 points. Congratulations, Tommy, on a fine career. Up to New York, where St. Lawrence University was the number 4 seed in the ECAC tournament. They were knocked off by number 5 Quinnipiac in the quarterfinals. Their season is over. A couple of former Phantoms wrapping up their collegiate careers for the Saints. Alex Dahl, former Phantoms captain, played his final collegiate game this past weekend when the Saints were knocked off by the Bobcats. In 118 games, Alex had 10 goals and 21 assists for 31 points. And Eric Sweetman, who had a goal in Game 3 against Quinnipiac, wraps up his collegiate career as well. In 146 games, Eric had 16 goals and 48 assists for 64 points. Congratulations to both of those young men on a fine collegiate careers. Union College is the number 2 seed in the ECAC tournament. Defenseman Vas Colias just wrapping up his freshman season for the Dutchman. Union eliminated Princeton in the quarterfinals, and they're going to play Cornell in the semifinals of the ECAC tournament. Voss had a very nice series against Princeton. He had an assist in Game 1 and an assist in Game 2. For the year, Voss has 1 goal and 11 assists in 35 games played. And that'll wrap it up for our NCAA alumni this week. Be sure to keep an eye on those college hockey tournaments this weekend. And now, to bring you the minor league alumni, here's Sean.
Thanks, Matt. We're going to start out in the ECHL with Alex Gasek, who has recently moved to the Atlanta Gladiators from the Orlando Solar Bears. In 26 games with the Solar Bears, Alex had 14 goals, 15 assists for 29 points. And with his new team, the Atlanta Gladiators, he has played in 2 games and has a goal and 3 assists for 4 points, giving him 23 goals, 22 assists for 45 points in 47 total games played this season. Ty Loney was loaned to the Chicago Wolves up in the AHL, and we'll get to him in just a minute. Ryan Lowney making his professional debut on March 10th with the Fort Wayne Comets against the Indy Fuel. So we'll get more updates on that later. Now we're going to jump up to the AHL, where Kyle Connor has points in 8 of his last 9 games with the Manitoba Moose. In 41 games played, he has 19 goals, 15 assists for 34 points. And now talk about Ty Loney signed an AHL tryout contract in Chicago on February the 6th. With Chicago, he has played in 10 games, has 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points, and has played in 4 games with Albany, having no goals, 1 assist, and 1 point, giving him a total of 14 games played, 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points in the AHL. And now for your NHL alumni, here is Voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Thank you very much, Sean. All right. Let's see, we'll start with Scott Mayfield. He was called up back to the NHL from Bridgeport, back up to the New York Islanders back on January 12th. Since then, he's played in 17 games for the Islanders, has 1 goal and 5 assists as the Islanders try to make a push for that final playoff spot in the East. Brandon Saad has played in 67 games for the Columbus Blue Jackets this year. 20 goals for Brandon for the I do believe it's the 4th time in his NHL career that Brandon has eclipsed the 40-goal mark. He also has 26 assists on the year to give him 46 points, as Columbus is jockeying for playoff position with the Pittsburgh Penguins, Washington Capitals, and the New York Rangers. And I was incorrect. That's the third time that Brandon has eclipsed the 20-goal plateau as I take a look at his ESPN profile pretty quick. And now down to Tampa, where the Lightning are battling for that final playoff spot in the East as well. Their defenseman, Andre Schuster, was a Phantom from 2009 to 2010. He's played in 65 games for them this year. Just got his second goal of the season this past week. Also has 8 assists on the year to go with 10 points as Andre is trying to help the Lightning get back to the Eastern Conference playoffs. Well, that'll wrap up this week's Alumni Report. Don't go away because one more segment to go. We will bring you the USHL CCM Players of the Week, an updated look at the USHL standings, as well as a quick look at the playoff picture for the USHL. So go ahead and click over to our final segment for this week's episode.